Hello and welcome to another edition of the Fatu Network News Review Program. I am Fatu Kamara and today is Tuesday, December the 18th, 2018. Welcome to the program. Omar Wali will join me later where we will bring you interviews together. But before that, we will take a look at the newspapers, and we would like to start with the Standard newspaper. President Barrow tells detractors in cabinet to resign before it is too late. The president was speaking at Fode Kunda in Woolly East, and later on we will also bring you excerpts from that meeting. But the president did say that cabinet ministers and members of government, his administration, who are trying to undermine his national development blueprint to resign before it is too late. My cabinet ministers here, the president is quoted as saying, if you are in my cabinet and your aim and objective is to sabotage the NDP agenda, please resign before we come for you. We will not condone anyone to sabotage the NDP agenda, the president is quoted as saying. He went on to say, we are ready to fight anyone bent on sabotaging the NDP agenda. He told a huge rally in Woolly for the Kunda on Sunday. And PPP flexes muscle ahead of Congress. The PPP Congress will be on the 28th of this month, but the National Committee of the People's Progressive Party has announced that their first National Congress of the party since 1994 will take place on Friday at the YMCA in Conifing. The party that led the Gambia to independence in 1965 and retained in power until the Jammeh coup of 1994 is said to be preparing a comeback. Yesterday they held the press conference, which we brought to you later yesterday evening. Ahmad Ba said no one can put Barrow in his or her pocket. But Ahmad Ba was also speaking in Woolly. The Minister of Tourism and Culture, Ahmad Ba, has warned Gambians not to dare undermine President Adama Barrow because no one can put him in a pocket. Ahmad Ba is quoted as saying, Gambians should be very careful of President Adama Barrow because if anyone thinks that you can just come and rub him like a paper and put him in your pocket, you must be joking. And your world will be in disarray, and even in thereafter, no one knows where you will go to. Ahmad Ba was also speaking at the same rally where the president was speaking this weekend in Woolly in Fode Kunda. And still on the paper, lawyer wants President Barrow to appear in court. That's also in the Standard newspaper. The Standard newspaper is also saying that Ibrahim Jallo, a lawyer who sued the president and the National Assembly over a constitutional violation in 2015 yesterday, asked the Supreme Court to order President Barrow to appear in person on the next adjourned date, despite both being represented by the Attorney General. He wants President Adama Barrow to appear in court. And also, Madi urges NAMS to send a finance minister. That is also on the paper, and NAM says salary review first before the increment. They want a review of the salaries before the increment. If you could remember, it was announced a while back that there will be a 50% increment. This did not go down well with a lot of people who are saying there are other urgent pressing issues that should be taken care of before salary increment takes place in the country. And Barrow threatens to sack anyone for sabotage. That's like the Standard newspaper reported. This is the Point newspaper, and the Point newspaper is also reporting on the meeting in Woolly. It's saying that President Adama Barrow has threatened to sack any cabinet minister or government of officials who would sabotage his development agenda. President Barrow is saying, if you think that you will not support my agenda, we need you to leave right now before we come for you. That's also in the Point newspaper. GRA collects 8.4 billion revenue in 2018, and that is disclosed by the Deputy Commissioner General and the head of domestic tax at the Gambia Revenue Authority. Issa Jallo has disclosed that as at the end of November 2018, the total revenue mobilized by GRA stands at $8.4 billion. That is what the GRA collected, surpassing the annual budget by 4%. They surpassed the annual budget by 4%, or $349.6 billion. In Gambia, 19 saves man on tracks in Pro. That happens in Italy. Babukar Mane, a Gambian citizen residing in Italy, recently threw himself into the tracks to save men who wanted to commit suicide in a railway in Italy. And this is according to Genoa. That's one of the papers in Italy. And that's the Point newspaper. And now over to the Fourier newspaper. Lawyer seeks president's appearance in court. That's what we just read from the Standard newspaper, that the lawyer Ibrahim Jallo wants President Adama Barrow to appear by himself, and that he should be represented by, should not be represented by the Attorney General. The case was called yesterday before the Supreme Court for mention. And the same paper, the Fourier, also has court-martial to rule on the admissibility of transcribed WhatsApp conversation. That's also coming up. And GRA collects 8.4 billion in PPP holds press briefing on their forthcoming Congress, which will be at the YMCA on the 28th of this month. And that is all on the Fourier newspaper. And the medical students outlined their problems. We also got photos and videos of that. We will work on that hopefully soon. And the Voice newspaper, President Barrow defends the BYM, the Barrow Youth Movement. There has been a lot of talk about the Barrow Youth Movement. I could remember during the Congress of the UDP, the leader of the UDP did say that they have a youth wing, and that's the only recognized youth wing. And now he actually did not mention anything about the Barrow Youth Movement, but he did say that the UDP has a youth wing. And recently, if you listen to conversations or if you've been following a lot on social media, they've been saying that the two groups are the same. But the UDP president during the UDP leader during the Congress did mention that they have a youth wing. And now President Barrow is saying, if you are against the President Barrow Youth Movement, that means that you have an agenda. Later on, we will talk to Pata Sedikan about his take on this. He's in the studio, and he will join me later with Omar Wali for us to discuss this and a lot more about both speeches, the one for lawyer Usainu Dabo and the one that President Adama Barrow made in Fodekunda in Wuli. And Jimara MP condemns economic Gambian soldiers campaign for President Barrow. That video, if you've also been following on social media, has been very viral. There's been a lot of talk about that video where a soldier from the ECOMIC was seen in a video with the mother of the president there. And a lot of people are saying ECOMIC should stay away from Gambian politics. And reviving PPP for better Gambia is also on the paper, on The Voice. And businesswomen lament over price instability. That's also been a lot of issue. We talked about that here when prices, according to the interviews that we conducted here, people have been saying the prices have been going up and that there is no price control and that there don't seem to be no control about that. And Magasi launds governments for infrastructure development in the Upper River region. Magasi is right here on The Voice newspaper too. Well, that's all we have in the newspapers. Thank you all very much for joining us on that part. But I have Fatih here in the studio. Assalamu alaikum. Isa fonye la moy laliye itemu jumalati isa je itol fana meno be jibe rola ise long itemu jumalati.
Okay, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ndalam Muhammad Fadir barmul ka fonye Muhammad Fadir ndalam bebe Aisha Famat.
Mi yang kumandi na kacha soto jani kana programo kono jang andumbe pa modu bojam fanam folo kande alsimbalan setta domande mbe pa modu bojam fanam folo kande nga diamo jela wulita kabirin tu momen na nga fundraising do kenung baby Aisha parce que ça fo non tol fa ko fatu network ntel nga spearhead non bari sa muna kuma kote wulita muna mu diamo nyindi pour men yalon ko e man kuni majibe no membe kere la platform oton dibe la moy rola jang.
Okay, men diamo me wol da wala mu yinde komen ko malaf komen diamo e jamfa diamo men mu kungote rek don shewol foye because of bring nta finta bunjaw kono e gena fanya ko ye suntu toura ñu le fana fundraising kele pour baby Aisha
woni tol tata kilinde
wona tol tante kilinde wo ko do ñing inara ibri afanya atara fo 3 months mo suntu ñu ka na fo na suntu la no bañini forum ko do nga suntu kol ka ñininka because ko malla fi ñina mol ka men fo ñanga wo moy suntu be men fo la ñam wala moy la mbole la moy la nga suntu kumandi tenne nga nyinin ka ko nyako ha ko do nga kele bare nga ko do ge gambele nga di muso la sila natna na muso e wala samela muso natna muso ngi ka o man soto ngam fanni ñun mo fula ko mandani kadi fama e side kadi nyinin ka ko de because man la fi na ay ke na tema problème oti ha because dingol ben na tema ko di ko ma ngena don na tema ha wala nam sot kadi ya wonda san ya nyinin ka biri ya nyinin ka ko billahi wallahi tallahi man ko di je
même bota suntu la karola
bari même bota fatu kamar la karola wuli tawro wala non fulo ayo sorle ndung ayo fonda fongane dum to nyala manar la bunjawta entraje aya fonye nkay ko mbe faru ko mara mbani barala nkay ko aya kata bari ni moy do ko kendo ke ngenda fa aya tenore ya jay nata kaso kono ngaf usen daboy ngay faru ko mara wul tawro wala non fula kinan na bebi aisha
nga diaspora mo le abe
la nyo ha bala to wonde ba kaso kono malo
ha ntolla spearhead bari ndiya muta gambia no len ko bawo bebi aisha fela mu dinne wota be nyin kono alna be ngam bulo fay nyokan son tol nin tukulor si nyolu umi andrus nyolu ani muso do fango be Angleterre ka fay aji itolu be gambia no belem
ya wada san ngay ko because to wonde ba kaso kono te malo ngo nyama ndu ma ko nim mo nyama sai birin na suntu fangala kole birin nga nyinin ka akwa yo ko do kenan gambia janne di muso la wala di ndala muso la na muso nga nyinin ka nyonyoran ding nga je ko akamen fo akato nyala fo because nga je ko yemo men futu abe bloko no nin akawuli afo yenyanta olonale na ka tonya fo yenyanta olonale nga je ko nyin akamen fo nyaka to nyala fo nyi suntu sai tele kamen fo nyi itiling
but sai sunte ko do men me race ya mena e manke ko because ntolia men ke nyin ko do aboka ke ko e ka di bulo le kono nka men ke o time on ka men ke ka fa go for me nka wole londi ni nga londi momo e kata wolto ya joje ya mena suntu nyol fananta manke ko mol kata nu jele ka joje buka ke koditi ka men du bulo kono
ya bala ni nga fo suntu ye suntu le ngenta fo le ne ko hani abuka ke wonyama ka ketane Berendeng wo fare akwate ko do kinan yalla silante to
akate ya kinan hani natara dun tanu go fon mi kono wota be kala ko di kilingol maybe fanal man nyole faham bari wotaimo nung mbeba ke kane nung purunga nyoma ko Gambia so ika amanto men fo iko over 200,000 wo siatale anum mamela ngaw res nung
ko yalla ngani na fo ko nte because molla ka fo ni barante malo jellemu ndum birenda be sundu fana nginen kala sundu ma tuntu tafale ko mudfa Muhammad Fade ko en ko nyin wulnan kamunnam hani ndakane dinola ko do men dila because nte tante nyente ita tante na rema do ku fangale fa do ku de ngole ko mo buka do ko ke man fa sorti mo possible mo le buka do ko ke dina ko mo buka do ko ke ko man nga do ko ke man fa sorti
hani balin toleo ke le struggle time
hay la mo
parce que hari ko do men kita na Gambia e jang wo ko do men GDF e meres wala siata non bari wo be abuka tambi ka fole ko ala dundi jang so na dun je isi transaction ke na ki son tolta bebe Aisha fatu network e menke bira fota nga sika nga du yaya dabo bulu yaya dabo kay ko a transfer kendo fa ke mo le ngamara fang fi fa nga yo bondi le no aya ke no nya bari to ko dum puru na tere na si nyomoy no because samanyi nyate yalo tay mo bebe nun do ko la together pour mbesi continue no wonyama asinga ko mo moyle bari nta fana 200,000 o mamada wote possible
no nta yalo imang nan kam lorin fonte man nan kam lorin fonte nta fono la ko dalastan nta fono la ko dalasi lulemu man nan kam lorin fonte ka men fonte dom bi ko solo min wuli ke ma fala wul tan saba ni saba wuli ke ma fala wuli mo ne saba say mo man nan kam lorin mo fonte yok ya wanda san
imagine tolta fa wonna mol fele ba fala nye ko fatu network biri ngake iko tukulor si posted the receipt of the transaction and tag many so ntola receipt of fani na be ntole yake fen ko to la be internet ko non
okay kadifa na biri ngata da ko do receive because ya receive
ya da true
ya da trust bangle ya restore min mendi la babu still
okay
ngai na mabo because ni kadi sifa kakali fay ka mabo because ni mu fan kan trawonte yo bar sila ni nga suntu ni nga na fa da ko ni ko haye ko do ni nga kile sila nte bela la wala ndi
suntu ka kile
aka kile sa nte bela la wala
bal bela ite muso ni
ko mebe aka maki muso ni ko suntu la ko de mon fota kamara la ko do fota
nta fo ngam nin suntu be diamula bari ngalo ne ko dal yalo mol fanan kam mol fay nyoka bari 200,000 ma o resno because hani intol fongo make no puruka million jama di bebe Aisha la ngakele kilin fula ko len drum pour do man den drum ba ma sa fongo ma ko no bari ma janga ya di ko me nga diaspora la election o kenyame ni ni o man kilin ni mu do man den drum neti no nga siti wala kan mano
yalo anyway dal atule men ka lal ke ko wala ke ndu te men fana ya kenyame ya ke akenya le nyama ndul fana manke ka fu manke ko long because ndebe findla na dimbal ko don ko be ko sa en katal askeno al tem fure o fama jela nda fure o askeno atul nyama woje ngoy bari me wulle men kam wala mu indi ya dictator ay bonkuna rek duron hanne nte fara no problem
jesa wala li akata baake
yaw da sa nar nin to lew do ko ki bari birim finta lu men fana billahi wallahi tallahi be sirin bu sen dabula bonkon mul be diamu de pareta ngani na foye ko president Barrow diamu de ko ali nga wali fatita ko hani ndal fatita no nyama ko ko al kanan na diamu le shishi because nal ko ngal fatita mo mo le ngene ka ali na ko mo le shishi mbulle nte lafta diamu le ko ke diam president Barrow ko diam bi nga mol kondo fo mbare ran ka president Barrow ko nan ka ala le ke ma sete mo refen no la ji ako nyi to nyafo nga bari le manche ya ko ha asaba buta munela munela anji ba ko nyiko fatin kan na ma ko nyinta la manche ya soro sunda to soro ngal nga thank you nga sar mu nga continue dia mole nga ko la manche ya sababu sunda to soro la ko ha nga solo sande solo kurma e fata bunja wala to bari le dimbale mo faade mulbe ko ha nga ko to ko no la dimbale kumbota alsil no ngale ko jawol bana falake ni la dimbal shewota alsil lo ngale ko nyumal bana falake kilenga ko men be koma men lotan koma banta jang birin dais ko rafo gambe jang mo dunda me mo rende be la karo don ke mbe tentu la mbe jayila because nintu la ngana karo ke ntara nganiela ito fana yekato ke ya ni dictator to boyde jang abore jang ndol fana fen dawto mo fana mu tentu talete ngo president Barrow nan kay ko ntemon nin ko yalla la kafala karambalu kay ndama ga karambalti de
ha sa ko mo la sutiya
ha ngay ndama ga karambal so kay ndama ga karambalti bari alina place auto la ñote ma tul tuwa bu karan ne wala len tul fili je ko nga la sketen nalte nga ta bayla mo dum bimbe wala ko
sa kamunta ita ka fala ko place auto talata altul tutaje ha bari ya long nga understand la to le sacrifice o benken tol be ba fala ya baraka parce que aketa wati le tinu me alon ko adu tanu ngala dimba ya tata turu menna alto fana tata turu menna ko leata bari nim fari ndiro keta ya long fana mo be bu kan la soto no
thank you
parce ni ajibe hani diaspora fana ifane fen jama contribute bari be man dunno mo be bu kan dunno
manju talula
mo be bu kan dunno
hani mo be man place o nyin ntema fo comme ko yaronte manta tete sila office ko to wa sefro bela tete sila
okay
bar birim president Barrow ben jabla en jab men yalon akonyi de billahi wallahi tallahi akonyi faade naran dul be shiren shiran kan tital ko
bar fo tatal ko man
itaran ko man fat
fudi man ko te amela pour kan dunje pour ya fo mantere ko may nyanta do ko kay bayte ko man la fi do ko
ndeba hani ma fo man la fi do ko de nko office ko non tete sila moy ko
bari si kudo ke
si do kudo
bari pati ko no hani sabe active rinje
bilam bambanta kunun bilan te bambanta kununti
bari min koy me bonni pati ko no ni sulata diam la loyo sen dawo e kajel
har bari yalo us pati nyum manke usen dabata
ha me wala bari atala lidati
ha tele lidati ba hanni usen ko te binge bayle mo Muhammad Fadi nge bay pati ko no mba fala am fari nge fana bayle ndanga muta wala kama
atelem leader nyinti
atelem leader ha bari pati ngalu akoma jande batu mata be America na mete folo man ka nyala bidana ta ngaki leader otumo be leader yuno la mbaso to fone haramuta tumo jam karanal be borta ngamo ma bu ko so
sa ko UDP fulale Barrow UDP dabo UDP ite be karajuma
UDP mon fula so don temu UDP mu kilina ne men lafta kala fulati ite yake fulati
okay sa baraka sa nga dia mo ni moyle dunga la suntu fala mbela moy kana ba moyle le bari de mol la kumo ko nga fay nyame mol ka kumo fole ka mol fay ni nyoka bari 200,000 wuli keme fula wo mang soto nonu njebi ko halin tol fawata ko ne 70,000 wuli taw woro wula anim fula yo yaaje ndu wotu mo fatu network ntol le ka ko di jama resno so nin tol ya dandi woto mama la suntu jol be 200,000
na ra comme suntu fana bidana ra en kuman din shita nginte kala bar bidana ra nga do ko kile amos abukan ibukan ko tafu yel telephone fo wa même
nan defo wona be diam suntu de sanji fula na man diam bidem bota struggle ko no fo bi malon fa be Facebook
na ra bidana ta shita bidana fa jang telekirim fala ay kuman da ko ni momad fa nanan ngakaja tano nginte kala
okay
ye bar sa nga fa ne fisha ndin tete
mama o mte ba kolle kullan kolle yalo me ba ka tuddo mo
fa ne fisha ndin tete wa man la fi na diam billahi wallahi tallahi tubabu kara nga wala kente bara mo rabbi ka mo fenkente nta fana manke jahirote nabe
diamula bari mba fule baraka bari bebe Aisha obe finde
biye fa ngamina ko nyekara ndo ngara fara kamara ko nyeko konto nyi
konto nya fa ko mi akatala ngana jibe yalo tay mo nyine bari makatala
akonye baba Aisha konto nyanka yo
okay problem tije
no ala healthy kay no problem
abe finde baba fana be finde ala baraka al fana yakata bake pour gambe men soto bi nga mbal jayila mbal tentula I'm sure you ko baby solve like thank you very much that was Mohammed Fati, the father of baby Aisha. If you could remember, we did some fundraising for baby Aisha, and once again we would like to thank all of you in the diaspora who contributed to that fundraising program. He just mentioned that the money was received. I couldn't even remember, but he's saying it was 72,000. Thank you very much. That was over $1,000 at the time. So the opposition APRC at the weekend named former President Yahya Jammeh chairman and supreme leader. It comes as hundreds of people gather in Buyam for Nikansala for APRC's 6th National Congress. The Congress was the first of its kind since the party founder Yahya Jammeh left the country. So we're going to bring you this report, and like I said, later on we'll bring you an interview with
3G SIM card today for the real access of 4G SIM and receive 1 gigabyte of internet data for free.
Well, viewers, we're here in Buyam in the Foni Kansala district of the West Coast region. This is the APRC, the Opposition Alliance Patriotism, Reconciliation and Construction Party National Congress. It's going to be a very important event here. It's not going to be an elective Congress per se. What the APRC will do here is that they will come here to fill in some positions, some vacant positions of the executive. And that they will also, some of the officials or some of the executive members who feel that they cannot continue serving in the executive will also be replaced. Mr. Nyasi, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us, what do you make of today? What is happening here today?
Well, actually, as you rightly mentioned, today is the Congress of the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, which is the APRC. It's a requirement that every political party must have by annual Congress, and this is what we are observing. If you can recall, our last Congress was in May 2016 in preparation for the presidential election.
But then we know APRC, since Jammeh left, do not have a properly installed leader. All they've had was an interim leader. Do you intend to get a leader today?
Well, I would tend to differ from you because we have an interim leader, meaning we have a leader. So whether the Congress will endorse him as the leader or he will still remain the interim leader of the party, that will be determined by Congress delegates. Tomorrow, after the Congress, that will be made known to the general public.
I will endeavor to justify every day and in every act for the trust you have placed on me and the National Executive Committee of the APRC. Leadership is an awesome responsibility. So let me begin by personally thanking the party founder and leader, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abdul Aziz James Johnson Jammeh, Badri Manza, a man who for 22 years has borne the burden of leadership of our country. And all of us will remember his leadership because he has made the Gambia stronger, more tolerant, more developed, more prosperous and fairer. Prior to 1994, we had no television stations. We had no university. All these were brought in by Babili Mansa. Why I am saying this, distinguished delegates? I have listened to the GRTS and the GRTS over the past 2 years. The negative aspects of Babili Mansa and APRC being sung. When the very institution they were talking was built by Babili Mansa to inform and educate the citizenry. Fellow party members, we must go back to our party constitution, which is the legal framework that binds us together as a party. One people and one nation. To bring back hope to the Gambian people, we must uphold our party's motto: unity, self-reliance, and progress. This can be achieved through our slogan, national interest before individual interest.
Well, thank you for joining us and welcome back. So right now we're going to go into the program. Like I said, I have Pata Sedikan right here from the US who is on holidays in the Gambia. Welcome to Gambia. And I also have Omar Wali. And gentlemen, say hi to the listeners and then we proceed. I'll start with Pata.
Hi everybody. How is everybody doing? You guys have an amazing studio. The first day I came over here, Omar failed me. He ran away from me. I was amazed. It's pretty cool, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm back again. Today, I'm not presenting news to review, though.
You'll be presenting tomorrow.
Right.
Yes, so make that clear. But yes, do you want us to take a listen to Barrow first and then we discuss it, or we talk first?
Yes, let's take a listen to the meeting in Fodekunda in Woolly East.
Okay.
From there, we proceed.
Okay, so
President Barrow, Youth for National Development.
President Barrow, Youth for National Development.
Ibe jande.
Begai.
Mbe kontonna.
On tali na mangwali bulo dialo wai.
Ye doku baale ke nyimmitino la kuoto.
O wi golle sabudo golle moddo de mari o ko meeting.
Pour nyimmitino e sotono.
Haade mbawa yide meeting o hebima.
Na ministre yela ko fo janne.
O wi ministre o haadi do gede haalaji mo.
Kafo lo miyalon ko ye nyo kafu.
O wi ko kafu bo gandanda de ndondondiri.
Ina ta yen temute faat.
Be ngari mo nangude bay baadira mo.
Iko lafta bankole dokula.
Ndidi gollude leydi ndi.
Nde lafta bankole dokula.
Min adama mi yidi gollude leydi ndi.
Wodo nata nga dindingol soto miyalon ko e karanda.
So tay mi hebi sukabe jangobe.
Ande hammo soto.
Kebi hamme.
Ande parata pour Gambia ita nyaata.
Ndidi wonde ma de janna bankare leydi ndi ya yeso.
Ngamira ni wol nata ko kafutam pour nga banko doku.
Be ngari kam tawde be mbi be tawti kam wonde man golla leydi ndi.
Nyanta kuwo kelaje nyanta kelaje le pour ko e soto no.
Kala ko mi foti wadde ko tonni foti wadde kedeji haame be kewala lawo.
Woto President Barrow Youth for National Development.
O wi President Barrow Youth for National Development.
Asalon ko mba contente ngal la kolto.
Ngandon wonde ma min President Barrow mi do hebi weltare he modo.
Andum ba mutalal fele.
Bulle modo mi nangat mi jungo am.
Ko wayri al mantra kuke kan kuwo me an luwa manta.
Bayri wona golle ko battono yaadani e luwaji e sartaji.
Albe bo holo dada kam moli.
O yoron ngokka yimbe be bo holiji.
Albe gadi no dada kam moli.
Odon badda yimbe be gadinaji.
Alka public telephone dada moli.
Odon badda yimbe be do yimbe be hunga.
Nyotura machine alka oke moli.
Odon ngokka yimbe be masingaji kunobe.
Woko government la effort ni aka wala compliment.
On ko effort government o timminta.
Woto ni momo.
O wi kala neddo.
Me yalon ko.
Sa andi hoorema.
Ite ko ka wala criticize.
An ko dum batta criticize.
Woto ite agenda dole soto.
Ande ko agenda hoorema te banda.
Ye agenda dole soto.
O wi ko agenda ko gonduda.
Wari kafol membe Gambia jang.
O wi kafuji ngoni en del leydi Gambia.
Kafol seeto janne de.
The kewi and the lady Gambia.
Sarre o sarre yaje kafoba.
Don yara say chaile tawaton kafuji.
Parti o parti mem bijan kafoba.
Parti mon yara mo jogi kafuji lay.
Si o si bijan kafoba.
O wi kala leddi njida do mo jogi kafu.
Bay nyin kafol be Gambia.
O wi di kafuji fo ke jama e Gambia do.
Baru kafu kili ka wala tofo.
O wi ko kafuji bo do tan be dindirta.
Ka kafo nyin totinya.
O wi be jakka inde makko.
Pour ka kafo nyin janja.
Be didi mo e taku.
Olon President Barrow.
Ko woni President Barrow.
Youth for National Development.
Okay, that's the president of the Gambia, President Barrow, saying that the youth movement did nothing wrong, that's against the law, and that they are working very well in terms of providing boreholes and also gardens. And he's saying if there's anybody who does not like them, then that person must have a different agenda, because there are other groups all over the country, and why are people not against those groups? And the president actually showed right here that he stands with BYM. But Omar Wali, you were there before I come to Qatar.
Yes.
What did you make of all this meeting? Because a lot of people were anxiously waiting to hear the president speak.
I'm seeing another Atiku Abubakar and Olusegun Obasanjo's case in Nigeria, where the vice president, there was a push and pull. Eventually, all of them lost power, and they became friends. But I think Barrow was responding to what Dabo said in Buffer Zone, that he only recognized the UDP youth wing and not any other youth wing. So Barrow was trying to defend that, and saying that if whoever did not or whoever is criticizing that one, then you have an agenda, and because Barrow Youth for National Development is doing well and is posing a threat to some people. I think that is the whole thing. What has been discussed inside, the two men have brought that one in the public now. We can say they are washing their dirty clothes outside.
Well, you've asked lawyer Usainu Dabo during an interview when he said only a bust eye would see that Nyate didn't want to be Ojela. But then what happened? Like, he did say that there was no problems, and the UDP have been saying, Barrow, how do you say it again?
Barrow is our Barrow.
Barrow is our Barrow. What do you think changed?
Yeah, I think they were trying to window dress at the time. I spoke to Dembo by force. He said there is no Barrow or Dabo camp. There is only one camp, and that is UDP camp. Few months later, I spoke to Dabo. Dabo said the relationship is cordial, both at family and official level. But we have seen, I think the controversy surrounding the whole thing is the Barrow Youth for National Development. If there is nothing like this, the two men will be, I think they will flow for some time. But we have seen UDP see the youth movement as a threat to their existence.
As a threat?
Yeah, as a threat. Because something like this, and Barrow is using this as a tool to consolidate power. We have seen this did happen in other countries. You know, the Blegudes in Ivory Coast. These were the kind of people Laurent Gbagbo used and to stay in power for many years. Even Blegudes and so on.
Yes. Yeah. But then now, when lawyer Usainu Dabo, the leader of the UDP, was at the buffer zone, we saw the crowd that was there. There was a lot of people. And then we saw the same thing in URR, and the president did say that that never happened. He said during Jawara's time, Jammeh's time, and this is the first time that such a crowd was out. But a lot of people were saying it was a rent a crowd. Others are saying they're UDP people. Did you make anything up out of that? Let
me quote an Israeli academic, Nimon Finkelsen. He said, politics is not a popularity contest. You can have millions of people, but who knows whether they will vote for you or not. Some of them have been carried away by the ambience. Some of them are because some want to know what is happening there. Jammeh pulled more crowds than any of these people. But what happened eventually? Elections. This is his impression they gave Jammeh, that you don't even need to go for campaign. But what happened?
Yeah, he lose elections. Oh. And then I will go to Pata and then later come back to you, Omar. And this is going to be interactive. So anytime you feel I'm talking too much, feel free to, to come in. But Pata, Omar did say that a lot of people in the UDP threatened with the existence of the Barrow Youth Movement. Is this the case in your camp? Because we know you're a member of the United Democratic Party.
So let me throw a little disclaimer in here. I do not represent the UDP.
Okay.
So when I'm speaking in here, I'm speaking as far as what I understand about the party.
Okay.
But when it comes to Barrow Youth Movement, let me take a little step back and tell you guys the genesis of its formation. Right after the National Assembly elections, some of our members started being engaged in other positions. Some got appointed in government positions. Some pick up appointments in the national appointments. Some people became MPs and stuff like that. So we had this inbox that we were using during the campaign in 2016, like 15, 16, coming to the elections, yes. So the inbox group, so they were there. A couple of people came in and said, well, National Assembly elections is over. Our people are dormant. We're not active. Mama Kande is going around promising boreholes and those kind of things. I don't want to name names, but then I do know. Matter of fact, let me throw one name in there. One of those names, one of the people in there are the ones that are in the Barrow Youth Movement, like my brother Bob Ketter and those people. So the idea started from a UDP group, right? So the idea was our movement, like the youth wing was not active. Our people are going out and then taking positions. Other people are doing this. So they thought Mama Kande is taking our base. This specifically was July 24th of 2017. I said, you guys need to be careful. Gambian politics is kind of seasonal. There are people, during elections time, the euphoria is going to be there. Just wait until after the local government elections. Things are going to die down. Mama Kande cannot sustain this. If you guys feel that the UDP's youth wing is not active, go ahead and join them. Pamalik is in here in the group with us. Go ahead and join them, and we revive it from within. I said the same thing. Like SW came and said the same thing. And then that's where they started toying with the idea. So we're trying to get them off of it. So I guess when they had already started, they already got steam. They thought they cannot pull back, and they went and transformed it. That's when they went to see the vice president. Well, Hussein at the time, he said, they couldn't marry him. And then they went and see the president. That's when this whole Barrow Youth Movement. Then it was not even called Barrow Youth Movement. So the whole idea started with people from our party. That was before Sidinja and others came in. Now you can understand why UDP would not welcome this.
Yeah, but they're also UDP.
No. But I understand what you're saying. Let me interrupt. You're talking about, I know how this all happened. Okay. But like people always say, why group within another group? Because those who form this thing want to be heard, want to be seen. Yes. Because if you have a youth movement, why not go follow that one and straighten that one? That's what I just said. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but looking at the situation now, it is not as it used to be. Okay. This is the problem now, and you will admit that.
No, but I am giving you genesis of how it started. So I'm coming. So when this happened, after they go to the president, they have an audience with them. That's when it first came out, and then the president then gave his press release to say, I don't want to be associated with this. Don't associate. You remember that when they get the press release? Yes. And before he goes back. So I'm trying to explain to you the reason why some of us within the party were not comfortable with this, because we kind of knew what was going to form.
You got it wrong.
Well, I have the screenshots. Matter of fact, I shared it at some point. I can share, but they were there.
No, but the president changed. President issued a statement because after the condemnation, people were like, no, why naming this thing? Right. It's another July 22nd movement. It's another great youth. That was the time the president decided to disassociate himself from the association.
And then they came back and they
exactly. So the whole point is this. So now that you have the genesis, the thing is, not beside the UDP, the division between within the party in my cause, my whole problem is this. President Barrow is the luckiest president that you will have anywhere in the world.
How?
The Gambia we had about 8 opposition political parties that came together and selected one flag bearer. So ordinarily, President Barrow would have had at least 7 opposition parties going at his head. But none of these opposition party leaders are going at him. None of the parties. So the president has the support of 7, 8 political parties. There was absolutely no need for him to form any other association to think that was going to support him. But also, if he is to empower the youth, let's put it this way. You have the National Youth Council. And you have the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Yeah, but Pata.
Let me make a point. Let me make a point. Okay. If the president is claiming that he is having youth to support his agenda, what more agenda does he have other than the national development plan that everybody was supposed to follow?
Yeah, but also, if he is your...
I said it from the... I said, go back in October 2017, you look at my post. Yeah, but when that thing came out, I was one of the first people that came and said, this thing is supposed to die.
You know that President Adama Barrow is from the UDP. Yes. So if he has a group of youths that want to support what he's doing, what was wrong with UDP working with them?
So this is what it is.
Yes.
You know, we have 7 political parties in the coalition, right?
Yeah.
The reason why this has even become a UDP issue was because the president came, I put this in the past, came from the UDP, yes. Right? And most of the people that are in there are members of our party. The UDP cannot have a problem with the president forming his association. He has the right to do that. But the UDP constitution makes it pretty clear. We have 2 kinds of membership. You have individual membership. That is, if you're 18 and you want to join the party, as long as you do not belong to any other party, you can. Or you have affiliate groups. These are the CAFOs and then all the kind of things like our UDP diaspora that they had recently recognized in the executive. These are the CAFOs that these are the membership that we have, right? But it became a very explicit that anybody who is to be a member of the party, you must not have any other agenda or any other program or policy that will contravene that of the UDP
UDP
party.
Do you think they have an agenda?
The Barrow Youth Movement, they do have an agenda. That's why the agenda is to build boreholes and all those kind of things. Those kind of things that they think.
That came like recently.
But that's what I'm saying. It was, they have plans to support the president. The president has a government to run. There shouldn't be any other organization for the president that should be competing with his national agenda.
Then with the relationship that UDP and Barrow, have built over the years, would you let Barrow Youth Movement just mess that up like that? Because lawyer Usainu Dabo spoke, even though he did not say Barrow Youth Movement, he did not mention them, but he did say UDP only has one youth group. And now Barrow is also speaking, saying, well, if you cannot deal with my youth movement, then you have an agenda.
See, when I heard this, I was pretty sad. I was very sad for a couple of reasons. One, when the UDP party leader was speaking on that platform, with all the rumors going on, people talking about, oh, the Barrow Youth Movement are a part of the UDP executive never said anything. It is the responsibility of the party leader to set records straight. One of that is to say, we have a legitimate body, a legitimate youth wing that we just elected. If you guys want to work with the UDP, this is the youth wing that we recognize. There are so many organizations in here. He did not mention the Barrow Youth Movement. Of course, people can deride what he's talking about. But
initially, like you said, I always tell people, Barrow cannot outsource the country's development to a youth movement. This is something. But the issue also is, why are you people so bothered about the Barrow Youth Movement?
I just gave you an example.
No,
Omar, the agenda is not the issue. The agenda is not the issue. Let's put it this way. I am telling you, I was there when they initiated this whole formation of this movement, before it was a movement. These people, every single one of them that started it, were claiming 100% to be UDP, right? So if we are seeing members of our party who are supposed to be our youth wing wanting to go some other way, it's very natural that the party will take a position against that. That's just natural. That's just any, like, for example, in this in here, Omar, you and Fatu are working together. If tomorrow you want to have a sister network on the side, obviously Fatu will have a problem with it, because it's going to be some sort of wait. No, Fatu, come on, let's not do that. If Omar wants to open I'm not saying if Omar wants to open an open vent, like a private venture that he wants to do. No, I'm just saying you will be like, you know what, this is kind of like a competition. This is why don't take the competition that way. I'm just saying, you see in companies, if you're working with a company, they will tell you, if you want to do a part-time job somewhere, that part-time job should not be at a company that would actually like a competition, kind of like share products, right? That's the same thing I'm saying in here. If the Barrow Youth Movement people are claiming to be UDP, and then they are forming an organization, there is no problem, there is nothing wrong with going with their movement, but we are saying we have a youth wing, and this is the youth wing that we recognize, and then this program, the only program that the UDP are supporting is going to be the National Development Plan, because that is what the coalition is supporting, and that's pretty clear.
Now that it's clear to you that you don't have similar agenda, as you put it, or you don't, it's clear to everybody that now they are this and you are that.
They been who?
Like they are there for Barrow.
Who?
And they are not
Barrow Youth for national.
So now that it's clear to you, why not you just stop the bickering and also do on your own? Because it seems that they are not stopping anything.
Omar, the point is this. Besides some of us who are on social media talking about these issues, right? Until today, there has not been a single member of the UDP executive or even official release to say anything. No, wait.
Come on. The party leader of the UDP was out there at buffer zone saying any other youth wing, whatever, anywhere, is not recognized.
He didn't say anywhere. No, he said
no.
Dude, I was there.
Listen to me.
We know he was talking about
Omar.
He was talking about Barrow Youth Movement.
You cannot just
this is the problem that I have.
Let's be honest here.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
There is no, Omar. What? We have a problem in here.
Yeah.
Let us learn to draw lines and draw a distinction between personalities and issues, right? Usainu was addressing his party members. To tell them that we have a youth wing. You cannot build any other movement within the youth wing.
No, but Pata, everybody knows that everything Usainu was saying we know what that means. One, he said, National Assembly members, we know they've been taking $100,000, $10,000 a year.
Some of them.
Yes. So he said, if you do anything again that we don't like, you're going to be, you know, he said that. We know he was addressing that issue. And then he said, the youth issue, he talked about that. We know he was talking about the Barrow youth movement. And then from there, again, he also talked about now the councillors, because we know that the alcalos and all these people, according to information, the Barrow youth movement was trying to have them.
So what Hussein cannot do?
So what everything Hussein was saying, he wasn't direct about it.
What Hussein cannot do?
Wait,
everybody knows that.
Yeah, we know that. Don't deny that.
No. Listen, what Hussein cannot do, Hussein cannot stop anybody from forming an organization in this country.
Yeah.
He cannot. Let's understand
he can
it.
disassociate himself.
What he can do, his responsibility, his mandate is to be able to take care of his party. If Hussein sees anything that is going to cause any sort of a friction or misunderstanding within his party, Hussein has that obligation to come and clear that. And clearing that is to tell people, we are a unit. We cannot have any other unit springing out of this. So if the president's youth movement wanted to go over there and form their own thing, that is fine. They can go and do that. Hussein would not have a problem with that. But within the UDP, he has this obligation to stop any offspring within the UDP.
Okay, so the UDP guys here are saying I'm biased. They're saying I'm not going to be on any side, and I'm interviewing Pata, so it has to be a very tough interview. But Pata, we also had you on the radio. You gave an interview to Membe Kering, my brother Pamodu. And for President Barrow Yamira, atele ba fututa mo bati. A lot of people see that as an insult. To you, do you think that was an insult?
No, I did not. So again, we're going to put everything in context in here. We were talking about the president telling people how much money or how much he had changed. Like people have been fighting in the Gambia to be presidents or whatever for 30 years, 20 years, and he came for like 3 months.
He said before Jawara.
Yeah, he even said that. He said some people were there since whatever, 30 years, 22 years or whatever. No, he was not. But whatever he's talking about, basically what he's saying is he's condensing the whole change process to 3 years and to 3 months. And that is not just Adama. A lot of people wanted to, of course we get it, the catalyst for the change was a coalition. But we have to understand that since 1994, people have been wanting to change this government. But the political change started in 1996, right? So from that time to now, so many people died, so many people put their resources, so many people got exiled, so many people got beaten. So when you want to confine it from the time that they had those meetings in Caraba in October of 2016 to the December 1st, that is unfair. So if the president tells us that everybody was trying, he came within 3 months and wrestled the lion out, that is unfair. So my context is, let the president not make it look like everybody else was nothing and he's the one who came and did everything. That was my point.
Yeah.
But let me say this in Mandinka. You know, you say it's not an insult. But you know what this is not, I will not even call this an expletive.
Okay.
It's an insult. Do you agree? Because
no, it's
Niko
not.
Futu, obviously.
No, okay. President Barrow kana mako ala bafutu wale ni fonko siala. I think I fall for you.
Okay, ala bafutu.
So I know what I'm saying. But basically, whether it is an insult or not, let that the premise is I'm letting the president know that we cannot confine this change process to just the 3 months that he came in.
Let us tell the president that you have a right to freedom of speech.
Of course, everybody knows that.
So we just want to say
this is what I always tell people. Like I interviewed here, there were people who contested against Jammeh, Dabo like 4 times. Salifa Salah was here. We have seen Hamad Ban, others. They all stood against. So but I think you are the only. You are the people who are putting this thing in the president's head.
We who? You are
some of you people. So the supporters.
So let's be explicit here and have this conversation. You can say you people. Just tell me. Just one thing about me, Omar.
It was your hero. Now that because things did not go that well.
That is the biggest problem. Let Omar finish. No, let Omar finish.
Now it was your Barrow. Barrow is our Barrow. Come rain, come sign.
Yeah.
You are the one defending him online and so on. Like I always tell you people, the insults, the caricaturing of people on social media. Where were you? Like Barrow was saying, you were not condemning this thing until somebody among you turned against Dabo. That was the time you also turned against that person.
Omar.
And even the live national president of the UDP said so at the Congress.
Man, that was listen. With all due respect to President, Honorable Uncle Demo Boyang. I usually don't call people uncles, but then Honorable Demo Boyang. That speech was awful. When you're in a gathering like that, you're addressing your party members or even addressing a nation. You don't confine that address to one particular group of people when you're talking to a whole nation. When you go to social media, you will not only find the Mandinkas insulting in there. When you go to WhatsApp, you are not going to. So when you're addressing the people, there is absolutely nothing wrong with admonishing the UDP people without having that sectionalist kind of approach to it. That was ugly. You don't do that at that setting. That was a wrong setting. I don't have any problem with people addressing those who insult. But this is what it is. Let me come back to your original point. Omar, when they were forming the coalition, right? I was one of the people who said at this time, even if they had Henry Gomez, and that was not out of disrespect for Henry, but because he was not in the country and his party does not have much of a base like the rest of the parties, right? I said, even if they bring forward Henry Gomez, I am going to support this. I have always supported the opposition. Adama, President Barrow, I might have an issue with his approach, but I am still going to support the government. Because
I believe you always call him Adama. He's
just kind of like, it's not out of disrespect. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to support the government because I still believe that we have institutions in this government, in this country, that are supposed to be implementing the programs that we have. The National Development Plan is a very, very good program. It's a very, very good document. They have an implementation mechanism, monitoring mechanism, financing mechanism, and all that. If they're able to follow it, they'll be okay. Now, some of the things that we're getting, like the shenanigans that are coming from the presidency and around in the area, I am praying to God that that does not spill over to the institutions to ruin what we have. What the president does, people can have problems with that. I'm okay with that. But the government is it's beyond just President Barrow and his office. So yeah, I will support the government.
I'm stating it. You will agree with me that you and some of your compatriots will insult people or do insult people on Facebook. Now let's take it from the Mandinka perspective to you and some of the people. When you say something against UDP, they jump on you.
Okay.
You admit that.
Of course, when you say something against any party,
can't you do like GDC and DOI are doing it? Like you have to be dialectical in your discussion.
Let me give you an example. In the Gambia, right? And this might be a little arrogant or something. In the Gambia,
Bob Kaiser said, make sure you add president on his name.
Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah. In the Gambia, Omar, if somebody comes to you today and tell you, Omar, name me 15 people from each of these political parties, you cannot name them.
Which parties?
Any of the parties.
Of course I can. I can name 15 people in APRC. I can name 15 people in DOI.
The point is, you
understand to drag away.
I'm not dragging.
No, wait. Omar, let me come in here.
You got to die.
I don't want to lose my train of thought.
No, I need you to listen. I need you to listen.
I don't want to lose my train of thought.
What Omar is saying, listen. There were times when this struggle ended during the early days of the, after Barrow was in office and everything was put in place.
Okay.
We saw stuff that we were speaking against. Until today, most of the people that we fought with, we're not even speaking to each other.
Okay.
Because they said we were critical of President Barrow.
Okay.
But now it is the same people. That time, whenever we say, even if I said, oh, President Barrow's half-time, there was but now those same people are ready to turn against President Barrow, and they want us who were talking and they were insulting to come back. We are not robots.
Whoever wants you to do what
Nobody
they want to do.
Nobody is a robot. Now, when you talk, even if you ask a question, they are like, oh, now you are BYM.
Let me tell you.
I'm not bothered about
Let me just address this part.
Yeah.
This whole issue of, look, when President Barrow came in December 2016, majority of us supported the president. Anytime somebody has a new information, you have the responsibility or at least the chance to take a position. When the president came in, everybody was supporting the president, and we have seen what the president was doing. So if we see a degree of deviation,
everybody was supporting.
Okay, well, majority of the people that actually voted for the coalition. But if you see a point where there is a degree of deviation, there's absolutely nothing wrong with changing your position.
But that's your party and some of you don't want anybody to say anything.
No, the people look, for me,
yes,
I am the biggest troll on social media.
You had a lot of fights, you remember?
Lots of fights. But the point was, Fadu, when we were talking, I never told anybody you cannot say this. I support the government. When he says something that I disagree with, and until today I do that.
No.
People are always going to do that. People switch sides. In 1994, when President Jammeh was coming, he had more support in 94 than he had when he was leaving. Because anytime somebody is presented with a new information, you have the responsibility
to change that. So now let's talk about Dabo being in cabinet.
Okay.
The president has said that if you are not part of those who want to support his NDP agenda, leave before it is too late.
So who was he talking to?
And now, no, listen, he was talking to his cabinet ministers, of which the leader of the UDP is part of.
Okay.
And we've also been hearing words from the UDP since the Congress. And somebody said to me, I did not listen, that Almame Tal gave an interview to Panderi, and then he did say that soon UDP will start campaigning. I think they said in January or something. I mean, how is UDP going to be campaigning against the government that they're serving?
So
do you think Hussein should leave, or he should just be there?
No, here is what people failed on. First, when the president was talking about anybody in the cabinet that is trying to undermine, they can leave. The president did not even give that kind of warning to anybody. That is your cabinet. The president has the powers to appoint and relieve.
Yeah, but we all know something is happening.
Let us not do that. The point I'm saying is, the point is,
but don't
the president. Let's even say that statement was sent at vice president, right? The president appointed Mr. Dabo as the vice president. The president can wake up today and say, I am relieving you of your responsibility, right? So if he is suspecting that anybody, including Mr. Dabo, is the one that is reeling his agenda, he can remove them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what you ought to understand is, at the Congress, at the convention, Mr. Dabo said the United Democratic Party are going to support the National Development Plan. And he said it at the rally. Of all the parties in the coalition, there is not a single.
But we all know there is an issue between them.
There is not a single member of that coalition, right? And not a single stakeholder that supported the government and President Barrow more than Useno and the UDP. Because this is what it is. One, for the mere fact that we thought Adama came from our home, and for the fact that our principles are in the government. We are seeing that UDP did not just fight to have people dying and people going to jail only for somebody to come and not even Useno to just come and grab it and we were like, okay, everything is done now. No, it's still the country. If UDP are going to go on campaign, I am not seeing why they will go on campaign against themselves as long as they're still in the government. So, but there's nothing wrong with these parties going around to say, hey, we are here, we still want to form the next government. Let us not forget that President Barrow resigned from the UDP,
yes.
But none of the party leaders resigned from their respective parties. We cannot forget that.
But the reason was, if Halifa Saleh was elected from that convention to lead, automatically he will resign.
Okay.
Of course, he will resign from there. Yeah.
That is
true. So you don't make these things so special.
No. What I'm saying is, the flag bearer was the one responsible, was the one who was expected to resign. Excuse me, from the party, right?
Right.
But that is not to say that the other parties were supposed to die.
No.
So if now, what is wrong with PDOIS going to campaign to build their base? What is wrong with the UDP building their base? Let us not confine this whole agenda to only from now against 2019 or 2021. These parties are here for a long time. The United Democratic Party invested in this country. I'm not talking about financial investment.
Yeah, but
just wait. We invested. We all invested. That's true.
Yes.
The United Democratic Party invested in their base, right? So if they still want to have the government give them the mandate to lead this country, I don't understand why only because they are part of the coalition should have them just sit back and say, you know what, we are done now until another election cycle. We need to move elections
well,
if
you were Dabo, would you resign?
Why would he resign?
No, I'm just asking because based on like Dabo speaking over there, Barrow speaking over here, Mr.
Dabo,
Pata, listen.
Mr. Dabo until today did not say a single thing against the president or the government.
But let me finish. One thing, the Gambia has to be put first. Whatever problem it is between Dabo or Ahmad Ba or President Adama Barrow, I hope they know that it is the country that matters.
Okay.
We cannot have a cabinet where they'll be throwing words at each other that will be setting the country
back. Fadu.
But that's what is happening. Do you want to deny that they're throwing words at each other?
Yes, I want to deny that.
Oh,
no, because throwing words at each other. Look.
Well, I'm done.
Wait.
That's what they're doing.
Mr. Dabo.
But that's what is happening. Barrow is throwing words. Dabo, the Honorable Vice President, is also throwing words. Yeah. President Barrow.
Okay, Omar.
Yeah.
Mr. Dabo did not throw any words at Adama.
But he threw words at an organization that Adama supports.
No, he did not. What he's saying, the members of my party, the members of my, you guys can be frustrated all you want.
Anybody wants to, no, because you're denying something that's out there.
So and even this whole thing, they say anybody, moment left in the party, or UDP, anybody want to split right, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, I will lock horns with you.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
You and I know there are members within the UDP who perhaps we've seen what happened in the Congress in West Coast, right? Who is to say that Honorable Dawo is not talking to those people? Who is to say that he's not talking to those people, the splinter groups that were trying to emerge out of West Coast? Or maybe he's even talking about me.
Again, you know, I saw comments here saying, "Oh, this is not fair. It's two of you against Pata."
No,
I hope they don't know.
Listen,
him alone is like three people.
Of course. Omar, go ahead.
Oh my God, this is
no, but Omar, you said something about the insults. You said something about the insults, right?
Yeah, like I was saying, like you said, them mobile folks would have said particular ethnic group could have said, okay, our people.
Yeah.
So no, that's what I was saying. I said, can't you argue? Can't you be dialectical instead of resulting into insult? And you were like, no, mention 5 or 15 people from GDC.
Okay, I think the context in that was to say that UDP is a bigger party, right? We have more, even in social media, our presence is more than a lot of people. So obviously, whatever action we do on social media is going to be prominent. That is obvious. But Omar, there are people within the party. For example, you would not a single person in here would ever hear any single member of the UDP leadership insulting anybody.
No.
Even someone like me, I'm Charlie Fenyon.
You will not. Listen.